Good morning again, and thank you for joining us for these videos that we're doing, just to kind of give you an idea about estate planning, about wills and trusts and everything that goes into that. So the next question that we often ask or asked is, do I need more than a will? Now the short answer honestly is yes. A will is going to say who gets what when you pass, but that's not the only question, as I discussed in a previous video when it comes to estate planning. You know, as we discussed, estate planning covers what if you're incapacitated, if you become disabled, who's going to be in charge of your assets, your medical decisions, your minor children if you're a parent of a minor, who cares for them, who's going to be raising them. So you definitely need more than a will. Now, every adult in New Jersey and any state besides New Jersey, you need a power of attorney, someone who's going to be in charge of your assets, who's going to be in charge of your medical decision making with a healthcare power of attorney. You're going to need a living will, which is what happens if you're on life support, and having that end of life decision made ahead of time, as well as a HIPAA release, so their doctors know who they can talk to, and your family members and loved ones can find out how you're doing. So you need all of that in addition to a will. There's some other documents that I also feel are very important for our young people. There was a recent case in New Jersey that a college student didn't have anything in writing, and it went all the way to the appellate court as to the parents' rights to have some of the memorabilia of their son, to have some of their son's ashes and so forth. So in every young adult plan and in every adult plan, I include a memorial instructions. So your family knows who you want notified, what you want done with your remains and so forth. New Jersey also has a document that allows you to not only put it in a will, but have it separate as to who's going to be in charge of making the decisions when it comes to your disposition of your remains and your funeral. And that is something else I do, because to me, again, I want to keep your family out of court and conflict. I want to keep them being able to get through a time when they're mourning your loss, they're questioning everything that they've said in the past few weeks or months, everything that you've said, old resentments are popping up, everything. They're so emotional and so raw. And if we can have communication, have discussions, have things decided in advance, it just keeps that conflict more able to be resolved. It lets them know that someone else isn't making the decisions, or decisions that you made and the reasons why. Again, if you're a parent of minors, you want to make sure your guardianship is covered, your short-term guardianship for emergency situations, or long-term guardianships, who's going to raise your children. You're going to want to have a letter to your children, or a video to your children, or several. You know, I give you a USB drive that's big enough that we do legacy interviews, but I encourage you to do some interviews as well for yourself. Put it on your phone, record on your phone, and then put it on the USB drive. It's really quite simple to do that. And your family's going to have these messages, you know, when you sent your child off to kindergarten, when you sent them off to their first school dance, you know, their graduation, your hopes, your dreams for them, their first date, and so forth. And you can have these there that they can listen to, especially if it's something that maybe you didn't feel comfortable saying to them face to face, or you just wanted to get it off of your chest, how much you love them, how much you care, how excited you are for them, and so forth. It's so nice to be able to do that for them. So if something happens, they can hear that and hear your voice. You want to have a letter and information to the guardians as to how you want your children raised and what's important to you. And this is just a way to supplement that will, so that everyone ultimately knows your wishes, your values, your stories, and things like that that's important to you. And they know you, and they remember you. Because, you know, when the will's probated, everything is distributed, the memories are still going to be there. And we want to make sure that those memories last as long as we can. So yes, you do need more than a will. Yes, you need to consider a lot of things. And when people come in to see me, a lot of times they're surprised at how many questions I have for them. But in the long run, it's great for your kids, and it's great for your family, and it's great for your loved ones. So I look forward to speaking to you again on our next video. And if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to me at ralstonlawestateplanning.com.